Hi, hello, and welcome to my channel. I'm Nash, and today I wanted to sit down and I wanted to do something a little fun. Happy New Year to everyone. I hope everybody had an awesome celebration New Year's. Let me know what you guys did down below. I love hearing what everybody's plans were for holidays and New Year's. I'm pre-filming this, so I'm not exactly sure what I did yet. I hope everybody had fun. I'm sure I did. Today, we are going to sit down and we are going to talk about things that I loved in 2017 and things that I didn't so much like. There's a lot more things that I loved in 2017 than there's just a couple things that I really didn't like. So if you're curious to see what my favorites and not so favorites were, then make sure you just keep on watching the video. But first, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do post a new video every Tuesday and Thursday on the channel, so you don't want to miss out on that. Otherwise, let's just go ahead and talk about 2017. Start talking about what I loved in 2017. I believe most of these products that I'm going to talk about came out in 2017. I believe there's a few that came out prior, but I just got my hands on them in 2017. First things first, let's talk about some eyeshadow palettes. So there are two eyeshadow palettes that I absolutely adore that came out in 2017. One is the Naked Heat by Urban Decay. I think everyone and their mom has heard about this palette. There was so much controversy when it first came out. But the palette is just this array of beautiful warm tone shades, which is all of 2017 was all about warm tone eyeshadow shades. And this palette just fit into that category perfectly. These shadows blend beautifully. They are so pigmented. To me, I just couldn't understand why people, I mean, most of the reviews I saw, people loved it. It was kind of the prior launch that people were like, what is this, what's going on? But these shades are gorgeous. You guys, look how pigmented those are. That was like a couple swipes in and then just one, just beautiful, 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 beautiful shades. I love this palette and I've been reaching for it since I got it. I think I ordered it the initial pre-launch. So I was one of the first people to get my hands on it because I did get the pre-order for it and I just love it. I need to start doing more looks with this because I feel like, I don't know, I got it, I played with it so much and then I just feel like I needed to move on because I was doing so many different looks with it, but I feel like I need to come back and do a couple more. So let me know down below if you want to see some more looks with this palette because I know a lot of people do have it. I think this was one of my like ultimate favorites of the full year. Definitely this palette. Next palette I want to talk about is something that I just got recently and I did a giveaway with this actually as well. And ever since I got it, like, I don't do so many looks with it because I don't want to be too repetitive, but every time I like go out or I do my own makeup off camera, I'm always grab for this palette. This is a Too Faced Just Peachy Mattes. Now it says mattes here, so I'm really hoping that maybe 2018 they'll come out with a shimmery or like a glittery Just Peachy one. That would be cool. I'd definitely pick that up because this palette is amazing. So it just looks like this. And then these are just these beautiful shades. They're going to be great for summer as well because there's so many different peachy, but you can really make it into a winter look as well with all these deeper brown shades and the purple. And you can go really neutral as well without the peaches with just this top row that's all just a bunch of browns up here. And this is just such a good palette. These shadows just blend like butter and they are just so creamy. I can't say enough good things about this palette, you guys, honestly. There's just a couple swatches on my hand there. Sorry, they're terrible swatches, but you get the gist. And this palette, I think maybe even over the Naked, like I have just been reaching for this palette time and time again, no matter what kind of look I'm going for. I think it's just nice that they're all matte, so it's just so versatile. And then just grab like a glittery, shimmery shadow and just slap it on your lids and you're good to go. This palette is just so easy to work with. All the colors go together, so it's really not hard. Even if you don't really know what you're doing with shadows per se and putting colors together, you put any of these and they just go. So it's such an easy palette to work with and I love it. Shades blend beautifully. There's two palettes I want to talk about that I didn't like kind of fish this year. First one I really disliked and it sucks because I love this brand so much. One of my favorite brands for sure, top 5 definitely. And it's this Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Volume 2 palette. I received this in a BoxyCharm and I was so excited because of course it's Tarte. Like I said, they're one of my favorite brands. So excited, and I just started playing around with it. And these shades, I just feel like they're crumbly. There's hardly any pigment, and they're almost chalk-like, very chalky. There's a couple shades in here that are okay, but I don't know if maybe this is just like an old batch and they were trying to get rid of them, which is why they put it in the BoxyCharm, or what. But you can just see, let me try and get a good view of this. But if you take a look right here, you can kind of see how dry it is. And that's exactly how it comes off on the eye too. Like, okay, so I'm like digging my finger in there, right? Like, you see that? This is the finger, I'm not flipping you guys off, but do you just see how like hardly any pigment there is on that? And then that's it, you guys, right there. I just didn't have any luck. They didn't blend very well. They just kind of fell off my eyes in like a very chalky, strange way. And I just can't say I would recommend this palette. I've been still trying to give it a few more shots because it is a nice palette. Like, it's just very neutral toned. The perfect palette to bring with you. It has a perfect amount of mattes, perfect amount of shimmers, but I just can't seem to get this palette to work on my eyes. Let me know if you guys have found a way to make this work. Maybe I just got a dud palette, I'm not sure, but this one I just can't recommend. The next palette I want to talk about, I am so sad to talk about it because it's a gorgeous palette. Like, I can't get over this palette. It's the Pure Soiree Diaries palette. And it's just this beautiful marble packaging with this rose gold detailing. But you guys, and look, and I mean, you guys look at the shades. I mean, the shades are gorgeous. They have so much pigment. They blend beautifully. We have these gorgeous like shimmer shades right there. And they're gorgeous. They're absolutely stunning shades. But there is something in these shadows, and it's something that's in certain shadows, and I don't know what's in them. I need to look into it. I've talked about this before on my channel, but unfortunately, whatever I'm allergic to in my left eye, this has that. So whenever I put it on, my right eye is fine, but if I put it on my left eye, it just starts watering and watering and watering. And I do need to sit down and I do need to figure out what, because it's in certain palettes, in the NYX Perfect Filter palettes, they have that, whatever it is. This has it, and I just wish I could figure out what it is, but this is a gorgeous palette. Besides that, it blends beautifully on the eyes. It's absolutely stunning. I wish I could play with this more, but every time I do try and play with it, I just have to take the whole makeup look off because my eye's just running so bad that nothing wants to stay on my left eye. So for that reason, I unfortunately have to put it in the bad pile this year. Even though I love the look of it and it blends so nice, it just doesn't work on myself. So next thing I want to talk about is the Anastasia Beverly Hills ABH Glow Kit, the Sugar Glow Kit. This is new, and I'm not sure if this is limited edition. I could not quite figure that out. I believe it is, but I could be wrong. And it's just this array of beautiful colors. Everything that a pale girl needs. Like, every single shade in here works for a fair girl, which is hard sometimes because a lot of the times highlights are just going to be too deep and they're just not going to show up, or they're going to look almost like gray. I have a whole review up on my channel as well that I'll have linked up here if you're curious to see the full review. I do swatches and put them on my face, all that kind of fun stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's just absolutely stunning. They all show up on me. They're all just gorgeous on the skin. They don't, I mean, they're highlights, they still emphasize texture, but nothing compared to some. They're just this metallic, awesome, gorgeous glow. And I would highly recommend this palette if you are of a fair skin tone. And a lot of the times, especially palettes, I feel hard because it's like, well, one of those will work, or maybe two of those will work, but the other two or the other three just won't work for my skin tone. So this is why I bought this one, is because every single shade does work for me. So would definitely recommend this if you have fair or porcelain skin. Next thing I want to talk about is these two Tarte blushes. I first received one of these Tarte blushes in my 2017 birthday present from Sephora that you get on your birthday, and you got this and then a lip as well. And it is the Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush. So I got this first one here in the shade Party, and that was for my birthday, and I loved it. Couldn't get over how pigmented, how well these stayed on the skin. And then I believe it was just last month I received another one from Ipsy, and this is in Feisty. So we got these two blushes here, and they're both sample sizes, but you guys, there's so much product in them They are absolutely gorgeous. If I ever do run out of them, I will definitely buy a full size because these blushes are incredible. I know these blushes I don't believe are new in 2017, maybe it's a couple new shades, but these work so well. I just got them in 2017, so I definitely wanted to quickly just mention them. For my face, let's hop over to that. Of course, I'm going to talk about the Tarte Shape Tape. I want to say this came out in 2016, but I got my hands on it this year, and it's all I've been using. I don't use any other concealer after this. I am from Canada, so it sucks because they are only sold on Ulta. So I couldn't just go to the store and buy it at Sephora. I did have to order it online, but it is what it is. It's totally worth it for this concealer. I mean, I don't need to say much else about that concealer. It's just amazing. All right, next two products are both from Maybelline, and they're both in the Fit Me range. So the Fit Me Matte and Poreless came out years ago. I just happened to get my hands on it a couple months ago and absolutely loved it. And then we have the new Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder that just came out a month or two ago. Okay, so I thought I liked my Laura Mercier powder, like a $50 powder, right? And that's all I would ever wear. No, you guys, I've been reaching for this more than the Laura Mercier powder. This is like a $10 powder. Tell me about how I'm reaching for this more than the Laura Mercier. It says something. And you guys, these two are beautiful together. This by itself is beautiful on any foundation, but I'm really liking this combo together. It's what I have on my skin today, and it's just absolutely gorgeous on the skin. It just makes everything apply flawlessly, and this makes your makeup last all day. So I really, really, really love those two products. So one more product I wanted to talk about that I really disliked, and it's not even because of the formula or the brand, it's just because of the shade. This is the ColourPop Ultra Satin Lip in the shade Little Studious, and it's just this Barbie doll, Barbie pink, gummy gum pink shade. You guys, I want to like it. Like, I feel like this would be just a gorgeous shade on some people, but on me it just looks literally horrendous, and I don't know what to do. Like, I want to love this shade, but I just can't. I feel like this is the type of shade that's gonna look beautiful on like medium skin tones, but if you have fair skin or light skin, this is just gonna look funny. It's just really gonna look funny on you, and it just did not work, unfortunately, for me. The last thing I want to talk about that I loved, we just got this in a BoxyCharm last month, is the CoverFX Illuminating Setting Spray. And at first when I applied this to the skin, I was like, wow, it doesn't look like it did anything. Okay, fine, whatever. It is what it is. And it's supposed to be illuminating. I find like it's not illuminating. Like, I'll tell you guys that. But I put this on my skin. I was like, well, this setting spray sucks. It didn't do anything. It doesn't look any different than what I sprayed before. So anyways, I went about my day, clean the house, blah, blah, blah. I'm about to go to bed, take off my makeup, and I looked in the mirror and none of my face had moved. Like, it looked exactly the same. It was like 10 hours later and my face looked exactly the same, and I was like, what is going on? Like, why does my face look so good? And then I came back and I'm like, maybe it's the setting spray. So then I started using it more and more, and I found when I use this, it doesn't claim to be like a longevity, like the all-nighter. This is supposed to last you all night, right? It's long-lasting. It's marketed for being a long-lasting setting spray. This is not marketed. It just says illuminating setting spray instantly sets your makeup and impairs a subtle glow for an all-over radiant appearance. So it does say it boosts the staying power of your makeup and finishes your look, but it doesn't say it's long-lasting, but it is. It made my makeup last all day. Every time I wear this, my makeup does not budge no matter what. So I've absolutely been loving this setting spray so much, and this is like the one I've been reaching for almost all the time after I'm done my makeup. If you guys like this video, I think that's it for products I have this year. If you like this quick review of 2017 and what I loved and what I had purchased in 2017, and a couple things that I didn't necessarily love so much, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I post a new video every Tuesday and Thursday on this channel. I do reviews, I do tutorials, I do unboxings, all that kind of fun stuff. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you all in my next video. Bye guys.